What's going on, you gamers? Here we are back with some more Outriders, and today I'm going to be bringing you a simple technique that some of you may already know, some of you may be fresh to this and have no idea about it at all, but we're going to be going over gun juggling and how you can raise your DPS and absolutely smash through those tiers even when you're lower level, just through using your mods. So if that sounds interesting, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back all you guys and girls. As always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, and of course a lot more Outriders along the way. Then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon, and I'll be bringing you lots of build guides, hints, tips, and maybe just some fun gameplay. But for today, like I said, I'm going to be going over gun juggling, what it is, and how you can kind of use your mods to your advantage and just make it so that you can get a little bit of extra damage out of them. Now, like I said, if you know exactly what gun juggling is, this guide may not actually help you too much. It may do a little bit, but you may want to click off. If you don't know what it is, then I'm sure this definitely will help you to kind of get through those tiers and your expeditions a lot faster. Right, so what exactly is gun juggling? Well, it's a term that we've kind of used to pretty much describe this. Pretty simple really, pretty nice, pretty obvious. It is literally juggling between each one of your weapons. Obviously we're not going to worry too much about our pistols as such, we don't really have to, because it's just going to be between two alternate mods, or four depending on what you've got on your actual weapons. Now if I go over what I've got on my weapons just to show you roughly how it works. So say for example you were struggling and you had this weapon just here and this weapon just here. If I was using this weapon, because if you look at it, I have 3 seconds on both of the actual cooldowns. So Deadly Disturbance and Shadow Comet both have 3-second cooldowns. That means that if I'm firing rapidly with this gun, there's going to be a 3-second gap before it procs again, roughly, and it just means that within that time you're going to have a bit of downtime on your damage. Now over here, if you'll have a little look, because I've got the 3-second Shadow Comet on the second one and I've got Sandstorm on it as well, obviously if I was sticking with that gun I would have 5 seconds between the first one and 3 seconds on the second one. So again I would have quite a long duration, a long cooldown, and I'd just be firing my bullets within that time. If you've got really low firepower, then it can make you struggle. Your mods definitely make up the damage in this game, and without good mods you will really feel it with how long it takes you to complete your expeditions and just anything in the game in general. Right, so here we are in an expedition and I'm just going to show you roughly how it works in game. So let's summon a few baddies and hopefully not die straight away. So as you see, I'm on this gun right here. If I remember correctly, I think it's called the Imploder. And there's a comet. I swapped over. There's another comet. Swapped over. Now, as you can see, they are completely popping. So even if I haven't got the most damage, because this is not a firepower build in the slightest, it is definitely not the best. But because I'm calling that down from my mod, it is doing absolutely tons of damage. If I am just sticking to this one, for example, then I'll shoot and now I've got the downtime. So they're hitting me and I can die quite easily. Same with the boss. If you need the extra damage on the boss, just keep toggling between. Now I'm just going to die and go back and show you a couple of other mods. Right, so here's a few mods that I would definitely recommend, and for myself I think that mod that I just used is very possibly one of the best ones to use. It is very easy to use, it does an area effect, it does a lot of damage, it's just great all round purpose. Now if you need to know what that's on, it should be on this one just here. The Funeral Pyre Shotgun. So obviously if you deconstruct that, you will get the Shadow Comet and you'll be able to chuck it on whatever weapon you'd like to use, and it will pop down that Shadow Comet pretty much whenever you're gun toggling. So shots cooldown: Comet, dealing 210,003 damage to enemies within a 3.5 meter radius. Cooldown is 3 seconds. But obviously if you swap over to your secondary and it's got the same thing on it, it's gonna proc again. Really good, really easy, and you can use it across the map. So if you're trying to help a friend out in another kind of location who's a little bit further away from you but he's struggling, this can quite easily destroy a few ads and help them really out in quite a few of the expeditions. Now there's quite a few mods that you can put on. I would say just find one that does a bit of damage and has kind of a cooldown on it. Obviously if it's 1 second like the Storm Whip, you're not going to bother with it, you're not going to need to juggle your gun, you're just going to stick with the same gun, shooting rapidly, and it will come down on it. Now this is one of my favourites, and this is just a tier 2, and that's Death Chains. Shots entangle an enemy with chains, dealing 193,849 damage over 3 seconds. Now it's 2 seconds, so basically it is worth gun juggling, but even if you didn't want to, that right there is one of the best tier 2 mods, and really effective, especially if you've got on something like this LMG and you're just kind of spraying and praying and going between a lot of multi-ads at the same time. But yeah, gun juggling, for me, it has really helped me to go through quite a few of the expeditions when I was really undergeared. I would honestly say just find yourself some nice mods, anything with a bit of cooldown on it, anything that does a bit of damage. Stay clear of things such as crit mods or on kill effect mods. Go for the ones that are just going to proc straight away, like the Shadow Comet, and you'll be fine and do a lot of damage. Right, all you guys and girls, just a little bit of hints and tips from me today. As always, I hope that's helped. Obviously some of you will already know this, but it should help a few of you out who are trying to kind of level up or get through the campaign, or even get through the expedition with your alternate characters as such, or anyone who's kind of struggling to kind of make a bit of DPS. But as always, I will bring you all the latest and greatest. But for now, take care. I'll see you on the next day.